Well, welcome back, folks. We're back here on our Honda CT70. Alex and I were talking about this thing. We were trying to get it going on a budget. And then I realized not only do we have to get this bike going, but I want Alex to be able to ride this when we're out in the trail. I need 4 of these things total. One for Alex, one for my other son, Ben, one to ride myself, and one for my wife if she wants to go with. So this is the last one, right? I have 3 runners. I have this one and another one that are close to running. So eventually, Alex and I figured out, you know what, man, we got to spend some money here. We have to just unload the parts cannon and make this just anything that might be potentially bad. Let's just go ahead and bite the bullet, put it on, and get this thing running reliably. Yeah, I repaired the stator wiring to see if it would run, but how am I ever going to service this? I'm going to have to cut it apart, resolder the wires back together because these are all hacked up. I still think there's a problem in the stator with the spark, intermittent spark. So we're going to pull all that off. We're going to rebuild the stator. We're going to put a new wiring harness in it. We're going to get it sparking reliably. Then we're going to get into the top end because I don't know if you remember from the first episode, we didn't have that much compression. So we need to get into this thing, see what's going on there, stuck rings, you know, scored piston, I don't know. I'm thinking probably because it sat, stuck rings. But we got to get this thing more reliable. We're going to have to go through the carburetor. We got a lot of stuff to do. I ordered a lot of parts. There's a lot of other parts I could order that I may still. So yeah, you know, budget friendly only goes so far, especially with these things. They're kind of finicky anyway. They're super reliable when they're all squared away, but getting them squared away after they've been sitting for so long, man. So, yep, let's tear into the stator, let's get it on the bench and get it rebuilt. If you remember from the very first episode, somebody had cut the connector off the stator. We weren't getting any spark at all. So I soldered these wires on, connected them back to the harness, tried to get some spark. It's kind of intermittent. It was doing some weirdness. I got it in the coil, put a new one on, still had some funky readings. You know, all this has got to go, okay? The stuff's available. Let's just do it, right? It's just, yeah. Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, got it, yes. Oh, thank goodness. And say, here we go again, you know. Oh, JoJo the case buster. Okay, so there's our flywheel nut. Oh. And there's the whole shooting match. I don't know, you guys probably remember, I put points in. A new condenser, I soldered the wiring. I put a new points wire. I did everything I knew how to make this thing do the thing. And it still didn't want to do the thing. So, chop chop, little fellas. Oh, there you go. These little screws here and here hold this stator plate to the engine. And they can be a stinker. And I'm not kidding, man. There's they're a countersunk metric, and man, when that countersunk bolt draws onto that aluminum, whoo, that's a deal. So we're going to use the impact screwdriver. So here we are. We got our screwdriver. The way an impact screwdriver works is it's got a little corkscrew cam in here, and as you strike it with the swing press, it will apply force to loosen the screw or bolt or whatever you have, whatever fixture. See here, that's for tightening, that's for loosening. So you hold pressure here and pray you don't hit your fingers. Twisting motion. Oh, you hear that? Oh yeah, Joey. She bit down. Yeah, look at all that surface it had to grab on. Whew. We didn't cam out the screw. That's good. Oh, let's get this other one down here. Oh, there it is. She just popped loose. Like I said, these Stator screws, they are no joke. Man, that was super close to camming out. Look at that. See that? Look at this in here. We were like right there. Once you cam these out, it's game over. I haven't found anywhere where you can buy these locally, these countersunk metric machine screws. Woo. Oh, there we go. The old lady slipper to the rescue. Oh, I see. Yeah. All right, I got you set up on the bench. So if you remember correctly, this is our Hitachi Stator. This coil is responsible for charging up the ignition coil for the spark, and this one's for lighting. And of course, you got your points and condenser. Our new Stator rebuild kit also comes with these components. Here are the coils. Here are the instructions. Comes with the points lead, points and condenser, and all the necessary hardware. You could see like that one's pretty cammed out. We'll get to replace that. Let's get all this gobbledygook off of here. All right, here we are. Yeah, if you remember, we had some troubles here, so we're going to set that aside. Okay. Yep, that's going to go there. Oh, I got a little fitment issue here. Well, tell you what, there. It's going to go like that. What the? Here we go. Ah, like that. Oh, that's got to go underneath. Can't go over top. They have to go underneath. So let's go like that. That's upside down. Okay, so it goes like this. Boom. This also goes here. Needs to be soldered to the condenser. Lighting coil installed. Ignition coil is next. Oh, look at that. Like a glove. Okay, I got those tightened down, but not torqued. They're snugged. This is a complete, boy oh boy. CHP really did us a solid here. This is the O-ring for the base plate of the Stator, and then the oil seal. You know what? We're going to change that out because we have it. What a great kit. That is an all-encompassing, that's a good kit. Ooh, the old seal came right out of there. Let's get a little, yeah, we'll put a little in there and just kind of push it in with our thumbs. Kind of push that in there. There, look at that. We'll give her a little tap-tap-a-roo for good measure. We'll just use the old seal. Give her a little. Nice. All right. Carrying on. What were we doing? Oh, we're going to put the points wire and points on. We're going to do the condenser last because that's my least favorite thing to do. There's a heater again. Oh, dang. I gotta flip this around. I gotta flip it all the way around. Ah. Oh, yeah. Hope that clears the inside of the flywheel. We'll see. All right, now for my least favorite part. damn condenser. There's not many shortcomings to these bikes, but this frickin' thing sure is. All right, look at that. Yeah, this kind of sucks because you got like 1, 2, 3 wires that you gotta kind of get in there all at once and solder. It's a deal, man. Something like that. We still have to scrape the lacquer off of this guy here. All right, so here we go. Oh yeah. Basically, the wire looks like a dirty penny when you start. Like this is kind of dull. And then after you scrape, it's like brand new shiny copper. And that's, yeah, that lacquer, you know, a lot of field windings and armature windings and stuff are coated with that. Wow. You have to take my word for it. Super shiny right here, kind of dull right there. We scrape the lacquer off. This thing really gets after her. All right, here comes shaky again. Ah. Such a pain in the ass. Yeah, right. Okay, take 2 on this whole deal. We got that big tab bent over. I don't like doing this, but man, I don't know why I've had such a trouble lately. This has got to be one of the biggest shortcomings of these bikes, is soldering these stupid wires onto the condenser. Who the heck does that? I worked on millions of thousands of types of old equipment, and this is the only thing I can think of that you have to solder a wire onto the condenser. Everything else got a little screw or it's got a little wire built onto it. This sucks. So we'll just heat up that whole tab and see if we can't get some capillary action in there. Okay, I think we got it though. I think it wicked in there. And the heater kicked on. That's firmly attached. That's firmly attached. That's firmly attached. Okay, so the wires are all soldered to the bracket, which is fine by me. Yeah, that's a major shortcoming of these bikes. The only thing I can think of that this kit didn't come with was the felt for the points roller. But don't worry, look at here. We got a felt. Give her a little squeeze to hold it in there. Then we'll give her a little dabby dab. Boom, there you have it. Look at there. That's how I rebuild a stator assembly for a Hitachi equipped Honda CT70, stuff like that. Great little kit from CHP. I'm going to go inside and get me a little lunchy munch, and then maybe in another video we'll throw this on the bike, see if it sparks. All right, there you have it. Nice little kit.
A few moments later.
Oh man, you guys got to see this.
I saw a lot.
We got sparkage like you wouldn't believe. Look at that. That's all the spark. Whoa. We had a lot of comments on our videos about different things to try. Actually, Mike from Mike's Mini Bike Garage reached out to me and he was explaining things. And that guy is great at what he does. I like his videos. I'm a subscriber. Good guy. But I still think that I had a combination problem. I think the person I bought the bike from had a problem with the actual coil on the stator assembly that produced voltage to the ignition coil for the spark. After going through all this, that's where I think the problem originally lied. You know, as you remember, somebody had cut the stator wires and we're jumping them around trying to figure out what was going on. We tested the ignition coil. A lot of people were like, well, you know, the end's got a resistor on it and this and that. Look, man, I wasn't feeling too warm and fuzzy about the coil either, the ignition coil. So we put that on. I still think we were still fighting a stator issue. But this here, throwing the parts on, sometimes unloading the parts cannon is a good thing, right? Just order everything and throw it on. Now we got good, reliable spark. We still have a compression issue we need to address. We still have a carburation issue which we need to address. I got parts for that stuff though, so we're going to keep blasting it with a parts cannon and this bike will run. If you like what you're seeing, mini bike stuff, car stuff, you know where to go. Stay right here.